I was very pleasantly surprised to see that the adolescent immunization rates overall are increasing, especially for the meningococcal and the HPV virus vaccine, because in the past that has not been what we have seen. The HPV virus, the vaccine in particular, has been slow to take off. This particular vaccine has been around for a very long time, but I think a lot of parents feel that perhaps they don't need to have their children protected, when in actuality the HPV, the human papillomavirus, is very prevalent in the community. And while some people will get this infection and clear it, there are no symptoms with it, and it can in some people continue to undergo changes that result in the long term in cervical cancer. I am very pleased to see that Nebraska is a forerunner in HPV vaccination. I do know that we are at Blue Cross Blue Shield incorporating this adolescent immunization into one of our quality metrics for next year in an effort to help boost that vaccination rate even more. I do believe that by including the meningococcal vaccine and the HPV vaccine along with the tetanus, that we will keep that at the forefront of the provider's mind when the adolescents come in for their school physicals or for a sports physical, so that they can be caught up with those immunizations. I think one of the problems with the HPV vaccine is that it used to require 3 to complete the series, and recently it only requires 2. So we do know that sometimes the reduced rate of completion for that series was because the kids never got back for that 3rd immunization. Now that it is going to be 2 to complete the series, I do think we'll see an increase in the number of kids who will be back for that 2nd immunization. Historically, the HPV vaccine was initially just for females. And so I think that we just have longer experience immunizing the female population. However, we've really been pushing the male immunization as well, because if half the population is protected and the other half is not, then you can still really spread that virus. So I think that the thoughts now are definitely all children between the ages of 9 and 26 need that HPV vaccine. The fact that Nebraska is number 5 of all the states for HPV vaccination, I think, is marvelous. However, we still have a lot of protection to do, because even at number 5, we still only have protection of about 70% of our children. So it's really important that providers and parents get their kids in for the complete series of 2 HPV vaccinations, along with 2 meningitis vaccinations and that Tdap.